Namaskaram everyone. Welcome back to the fifth episode of our master level design series. And in this episode, we are going to continue our shop where we will include certain items like sacks, barrels, crates, desk, lanterns, candles, and some basic lighting, door, window, and everything. So the goal of this episode is to share the textures and the assets that will be required in the shop, and then you can play around, create some variations of the shop and play around with the Unreal editor and develop some muscle memory. And this will prepare you for the next episode where we will include lightings and terrains and other things. So without wasting any time, let's get started. All right, so we are in the Blender now. Let's do it. So Shift A, Mesh, Cube, and let me turn on the screencast. Select this cube, press Alt G to bring it in the center, 5, 3 to get it in the front, and then S, Z, and go by 0.5. Go in the properties, G, Z, and we'll take it here in the center. And then we will scale it in the Y direction. So let's go for something like 1.5, or let's go for 2. Yeah, this is better. So for texture, I want to introduce another website that is Ambient CG. In this, you can go to all assets and you can find almost similar or maybe same textures that you saw in the CC0 textures. So only difference is the CC0 has more textures than this, and more importantly, this MNCG offers you 1K, 2K, 4K and 8K. So if you want low resolution textures, you can get it from MNCG. However, in CC0, you only get 4K. Okay, so we are going to use this website to get most of our textures. If we didn't find anything suitable, we can always go back to CC0. Again, this is also CC0, so you are free to use these textures. So although I will provide the link of the textures in description, but still, since you are following the video, so for our staircase like desk, we want a plank. So I'll open this and search for plank. Select any plank that you like. And then if you want to follow what I am doing, then you can go for planks 023B, press enter, and this is what we are going to use. So download the 1K, I already have it. So I'll go in the shading tab, create a new material, plank 023B, and select this principal BSDF, Control Shift T, and this is the zip. So I extracted it. You will go for these files and boom, you have your texture. Great. Now what do we need is, if we go in the edit mode, press U, Smart UV Project 66 degrees, unwrap, and we have our textures properly separated. If we go to UV editing, you will see I have to texture all 6 faces. Okay, so this face is same. This one is similar to the back one, and the top one is similar to this one. So what we can do here is we only do the UV arrangements for 3 textures, and rest of them will get arranged automatically. How do we do this? Is by using the mirror modifier. So in the edit mode, first you go to modeling and press Ctrl R, make a loop cut in center, press left click, then right click to bring it back to center. Okay, next thing we want a horizontal loop cut. So again, press Ctrl R and this time go for this and right click to bring it back to center. Now what we are going to do, 5, 3, and we are going to select this right area and we are going to delete it. So go in the solid mode, enable the X-ray, press 3 to go in face mode, select the right side. We'll see everything is selected. So press 3 again, X, faces. Do the same for this bottom one, X, faces. So now if I go tab and go in the texture mode, disable the X-ray, you can see if I apply a mirror modifier in the object mode, we don't want mirroring in the X, we want in Y and in Z. So Y and Z, okay? See, everything is looking as it is. But now the magic is, if you go in the edit mode, you will be able to edit only these 4 faces, and whatever you will do with them will be applied on these as well. If we go to UV editing, so the top one looks good. If you want, you can increase the scale in the X direction a bit so that it looks more appealing. And you see whatever you did here is also applied here. And here I would like to select this face, extend it in the X direction. Okay. And now S, Y, and increase this a bit. Now you can increase it and consider as many planks you want. Okay. If this doesn't look good to you, then you can also select these 2 points and reduce the number of planks appearing in the texture. So if you want this, you can go with this. If you want something of this style, let's say R 90 degrees again, and reduce it S, Y, and then we increase the size. Okay, but please note, to make it consistent, you have to connect these little lines that you see describing 3 planks. You have to make sure they look connected here as well. So if you select this texture and first rotate it by 90 degrees, and if we go back, you can see these 2 planks are selected. So I'll also select these 2 planks. So S, X, and extend it. Three. Okay. It looks good. And this side is also converted, if you see on the opposite side. But in case if this will be visible to player, you can texture it as well. So R 90 degrees first, and then we are going to extend it, and you can move it to the same position as you were earlier. Okay. Great. So whatever you did here is also applied here. And once you are done, you can go back to modeling. And now if you are completely satisfied, you can apply it. Once you apply it, you'll be able to select everything. Earlier, you were not. And now we need to put this desk inside, and we will let this roof give a shelter to this one, so that if your game has a rainy environment, then the items placed on this particular box will not get wet. So for this, we have to increase area of the room and this roof. And we also have some less space in left and right and in the back. So we need more space. So what I'll do, I'll select this room. I'll go to create, that is our Archimesh. And here I'll increase the size by 4.1 in top, so that you can extend this roof like this. Okay. So after this, I also want an area in terms of width. So the second wall that is in behind, I'll increase its length by 7.5 just to get some more area. Okay. And now you can go in 5, 1, G, Z. Okay. And now scale it in like this. G, X, G, Z. And this is how it looks like. However, we don't want this big roof. And before you go ahead, just file, save incremental. This will create episode 5 file with this new progress, and the episode 4 progress will be stay untouched. Now there's something I would like to do to give it a staircase look. Control R by going in the edit mode first. Control R, left click, and then right click to bring it back to center. And now we have this one. Okay, so first let's make this roof little short because we don't want this big. So I'll reduce the size and let's put it nicely. Now it looks good. I can scale it in the Y direction using SY. Okay, and let's extend this a bit more. Great. So if you do 5.3, it looks okay. And so in the 5.1. Great. So we have the good looking roof. Now we have to push this block inside and make it look like a staircase. So for this, I'll go 7 in top orthographic. I'll hide everything. And now there are 10 blocks and 10 blocks here. So first we will push it inside GX so that it covers only 5 blocks. And then I'll squeeze it inside along the x-axis so that this point comes at the y equals to 0. Okay. So first let's make sure it is aligned. Now S, X, and reduce it up to 0.5. Okay, press enter, and this is how it looks like. Great. Now we go in the edit mode, and now in the object mode we press Alt H, go for 7 solid, and we select this box, tab, to go in the edit mode. Select the bottom faces, make sure the face mode is on. Now we will pull it E and all the way here. Okay, this looks good enough. Maybe GX to this point. We can increase the roof size again. SX, GX, go for 1. Okay, it's good enough. We can push it inside a bit. Great. So now it's covered under this shelter, and now we can go back to texture mode, and let's quickly correct this texture. So in the edit mode, I'll select these faces. Then I'll go in the UV editing. Let's select one of the vertex, then press Ctrl plus, and then select this again. Okay. And now let's see how we did it for this one. 4 planks in top. So what we will do is great. Now we do the same for this one. So let's select this face as well and this one as well. Okay, now it looks good. Great, so we are done with this UV unwrapping and editing. Now we can go back to modeling, press Alt H to bring everything back. And I accidentally deleted the material of this house, so I will re-add it, but if you can find it, then just use that. So since I don't have it, I'll create a new material again. In the shading tab, I'll name it plank 027B. Select this, Control Shift T, and I'll select these, and we are good. So now you can select this wall, go for plank 27B. Awesome. Okay, so now we will add some accessories for our shop. So I have provided the zip of these assets on Discord. They are downloaded from the base mesh. So you can get it from the Discord server. I will select everything by pressing A, and then I will hide them. Now let's add one by one. First thing we'll add is an oil barrel. So let's add it, import, and then press dot to focus on it. Then tab to go in edit mode. Select everything by pressing A, U, Smart UV Project, unwrap. Once you are done, let's find the texture. So the link of the textures are available in description. You can click one by one and download them. So for this oil barrel, we will use metal plates. So we will go in shading tab and create a new material. Name it metal plates 011. Select this principal BSDF and Control Shift T. This is the texture. I'll select all of these and boom. Great. This looks like a oil barrel now. Now we go back to modeling. And of course, if you do not like the UV unwrapping, you can always rearrange the UVs by selecting these 6 faces. Let's say I will position them, pressing dot to go nearby, placing it here, let's say, and this looks more appealing. Okay, so you know how to do this, and I'll not go in the UV editing as of now. I think this looks good enough. So let's go to shading tab, and this time let's hide this by pressing H, and let's import next accessory. That is the wood barrel. So import it, press tab to go in edit mode, select everything, Smart UV Project, unwrap. Once the UVs are unwrapped, you can create a new material, call it rough wood, and let's import that texture, Control Shift T, and this is the texture. I'll select all of them and boom, here we go. Great, this looks nice. We can save our progress, hide this now. Next, we are going to import this cushion, which we are going to convert into a sack of sand or something, I don't know. But this is a cushion. I will increase its scale SZ to 0.048 and in X 0.038, in Z 0.038. Okay, this looks like a sack now. Let's add a material for this, call it paper 005 and select it, Control Shift T, select these, and here we go. Okay, now we can save, hide this one. Now we need the crate. So there are three types of crate: produce crate, wine crate, and the military crate. So we are going to select the wine crate first. Okay, import, and let's go in edit mode by selecting it, pressing tab, Smart UV Projects, and we are good. Now let's apply the same material that we used for our house, that is plank 027B. Okay, but this doesn't look good, so I'll select everything, go in UV editing, and I'll select all of these faces and rotate them by 90 degrees. And make sure they are inside the texture image. Great, this looks good enough for now. Now we will go back to object mode, hide this one, and add the wooden produce crates, import it, tab to go in edit mode, to Smart UV Projects, unwrap. Once we are done, apply the same material that we used. If you want to change, you can do that as well, but I would like to stick to 027B. Select all the faces and then select all the UVs are 90 degrees, scale them down so that they are inside the image, and this looks okay. Cool, we are done with the produce crate as well. Now it's time to go for the military crate, import. Now here I want two variations because this lid can be open, so we have to make two variations of this crate. One represents that it is not interactable, second represents that it is interactable for our player. So for this I will create two versions. I'll select both of these, press Shift G X to move it in left, and rename this to 02, this one as well. Okay, military grade 1 and 2. For the first one, let's select the outside box, create a new material in the shading tab, painted metal 006. Select this, Control Shift T, this is the texture, and select all of it. Now apply the same on the lid, painted metal 006. Okay, great, this looks okay. Just UV project the faces by selecting. Great, now you can play with the UVs if you don't like the texture placed. I'll go for this one, go in the edit mode, Smart UV Project, unwrap, select this one, tab, Smart UV Project, unwrap. Okay, now here's the thing, not everyone wants to use the texture. Sometimes you just want to play with the colors, that is also a good option. So what we will do, we'll create a material, call it green 01, and another material green 02. For the box, we will use green 01 for the entire box, including the lid. For this, select this base color BSDF and put this hex code. Use the same on this lid green 01. Now it looks good. However, for this handle and for these clips, I want them to be noticeable. So I'll go and select this crate outer body. Press tab to go in edit mode. Select the faces of each thing like this. Now if you hold Control plus, you'll see it will select all the faces. Don't release the key till all the faces that you want to change are selected. I would like to also select this one and this one. Press Control plus, and here I would like to assign green 02. Assign. Now this is not something we want. We want a darker shade of green. So for this we will use this green 02, change its base color to this color code, press enter, and now it looks much better. Okay. However, this gives a very solid vibe. We would like to have some surface imperfections to give it a bit of realism feel. If you don't want, you can skip it, but I want it. So in green 01, select this material, select this principal BSDF, Control Shift T, go back, surface imperfections, select the first four, and let's deselect the alpha pin because we do not want the transparency, and select this pin of base color into roughness. Okay, now it looks better. Okay, so we have the crate ready now. We can save it. So before I move forward, I want you to know this website called colorhunt.co. This website has a bunch of palettes that you can use for your texturing purposes. Instead of going through the heavy resolution images, you can also go for solid color combinations. Okay, going back. Next, we need a lantern. So let's go in the object mode, select everything and hide it. So for lantern, we will import it, and this is how it looks like. And we need a candle as well, so let's go for candle holder, import. Okay, GX to move it aside. Great, now we need to apply texture on these two. So these are the primary source of your lights in the shop, so that's the reason I included them. You will go in the shading tab, and let's first unwrap them. Go in tab, edit mode, use smart UV project, unwrap. Do the same for this one. Okay, now let's create a material for our lantern, and I'll name it corrugated steel 006C. Okay, now let's select this principal BSDF, Control Shift T, select all of them, principal textures. Okay, now we would like to change this area into a transparent glass so that light can be visible. However, you cannot create the glass material here in Blender. If you do that, then it cannot be converted into Unreal shader nodes. Okay, so the Blender shader nodes and Unreal shader nodes doesn't match. So either you bake it and then import them. Other way around is you create the glass material in Unreal Engine. So that's what we are going to do, but we are going to create a material so that we can replace it later. I'll select this first face, then select by holding Shift Alt and press on the third face. It will select the entire loop. Okay, I will create a new material, assign it and name it glass. Okay, now when you will import it to Unreal, we will change this glass material to the glass. We will change this material to actual glass material. Great. Now let's speak for this candle. I will create a new material, Control Shift T, and we are going to go for corrugated steel 007B. Let's copy the name from here so that we can use it, replace, and then put it here. Okay, good, but the candle should be white. So select the face, press Control plus, hold it till it selects the entire candle, create a new, assign new, and call it white. And for this one, let's select all the faces by pressing Control plus, create a new material, new, and 000. That means the black color, assign, and this looks good. Okay, great. So we are done with the light sources as well. Now, if you go in object mode, press Alt H, you will get everything back. Now what I want you to do is select this roof, press H to hide it, select this room, press H to hide it, do this and hide everything that is connected with the house. Now all these items should be at center so that when you export them, their origin is not shifted after the import is done in Unreal. So what we will do, we'll select everything by pressing A, and then we'll go for Alt G to bring everything to center. Okay, so all their origins are at the world origin, so this will not cause any origin shifting issue when you will export and import it Unreal Engine. Now we can save it. Okay, so we disable the X-ray, Alt H to bring everything back, and let's hide everything else by pressing Shift H. Let's bring the cursor to world origin by pressing Shift S, cursor to world origin, and go for panel window. Once you do that, you can go and select this move and rotate it on Z axis by 90 degrees. And now if you select this mesh and change this to 50 by 50, or let's make it 160 by 160, and we do not want horizontal count more than 1, and we should give the top as arch. Okay, and let's reduce the size by 50 by 50. It's good, and now you can scale it. Okay, now we will take it here, so I'll go for RZ 90 degrees again, then 5 3 1 GZ GX, and take it all the way here. Make sure it is going slightly outwards. However, I think we should increase the width. So increase the outer frame by 8 and inner frame by 3. Okay, now click on this line that is appearing, the window group, RZ 90 degrees again. And let's see if we can push it inside. I think we need to push more. Yeah, this much is okay. You can still increase the size or the width basically by taking it to 10. Select this again, our Z 90 degrees, and we are good. So select this wall and then go for door. Once you do door, this will appear here. You can grab this plus thing and G, Y, take it all the way here in middle. Then if we go in texture mode, GX, almost somewhere here. You can increase the width for this as well. So select this mesh, increase the width by 1.5 or 1.25. Increase the height by 2.5. And let's increase the width 0.1, let's say. Okay, I think we should increase more. So select this, increase the frame width, select this again, push it inside. Now we have a clear space. Awesome. So for this, we will create another material. Let's go in the object mode, select this frame, go in shading tab, press new, name it wood 073. Select this principal BSDF, Control Shift T. And select this wood 073. Okay. Once you are done, oh, we forgot to unwrap the UVs. So select this frame, tab A. We forgot to unwrap the UVs. So let's do that first. We'll select this frame, edit mode, A to select everything, smart UV project, unwrap. Now we go for actual door. So locate this in door group, door frame, select this door and apply the same material, that is wood 073. And we need to press tab, press A, U, Smart UV Project, unwrap. Okay, and now what do we do is go in UV editing. First go in object mode, select the frame and the door, press Shift H to hide everything, and now select this door, select everything, and now we can select all our 90 degrees and scale them down. Okay, now it looks good. Do the same for the frame. Tab A, press A, R 90 degrees. Okay, let's go to modeling again and let's see it from other side. Go tab, edit mode, UV editing, and let's move it somewhere here. Okay, and let's press Alt H to unhide everything again. Okay, it's okay if you are not able to see one of the sides. Anyway, we are going to cut this area, so it's okay. Cool, let's apply the texture here as well in the window. Select this window in the materials, go for wood 073 and tab to go in edit mode. Select everything. Use Smart UV Project, unwrap. Okay, and do the same for outer frame. Tab A, U, Smart UV Project, unwrap, and apply this material. So we will remove everything from here. Okay, only 073 material. Great. Now we go A and UV editing, rotate this by 90 degrees, and let's see how it looks like. By pressing dot, you can go near. Okay, it looks good enough. Don't worry, we'll cut through. So, okay, we have a door and we have a backside window. Awesome. Okay, once you are done, you can select this house and click on auto holes. Once you do that, it will make the space for you. Now, if you press RZ and rotate it, you can see you are able to rotate the door and open the door. Awesome. Now, what about this? There has to be a glass. So for now, what you can do, select this glass part from both the sides. So I'll go in the back, select this as well, create a new material and name it glass, the one we had for the lantern. Okay, assign. And once we get into Unreal Engine, we will replace this with actual transparent glass. Great, we are done here. And now what we can do is select this handle in both the sides, 1 and 2. Press tab A, U, Smart UV Project, unwrap. Okay, go back, create a new material, or you can go for this one, which was black. So let's name it black. Okay, and assign the same here. Again, we can change, but right now I don't think it's needed. It's fine. Cool, we are done with the door. And now there is one last thing remaining, that is shelves. So select everything, press H to hide, and now click on shelves. You will get your shelf. And here we only want 5 plates. So I'll reduce the count of shelves to 5, 3, 4, 5. And I want only rods, not like these plates in sides. So what I can do, in full side, we can change to 4 legs, and let's increase the top one here, or let's keep it one down. Okay, and let's increase the width. So width something like 1.06, and the depth as well. So something like this should be fine. I want less height, so I'll reduce it up to this point. The bottom as well, I'll reduce it to this point, like something 0.120. Okay, so this is our shelf. Okay, once you are done, go for tab in the edit mode, press A, U, Smart UV Project, unwrap. Press Alt H to bring everything back. G, X, take it here. R, Z, 90 degrees. And now let's apply the material. Go in the shading tab and let's create a new material. Name it metal 056C. Select this principal BSDF, Control Shift T. This is the texture. Select everything in top and apply it. Great. Looks like a corroded shelf. Go in the UV editing and you can rotate them by AR 90 degrees. Okay. Awesome. You can always tweak the UVs if you want. I'm going to keep them as it is. And let's press Alt G to bring it back to center. Now save. Okay, before you export, let's save it. Now apply the modifiers. Sometimes modifier doesn't get applied in the export settings. I don't know the reason, to be honest. So let's apply them, but we will not save it. We are just doing it for sake of export. So in cube, let's rename this cube one to shop desk. Okay. Rest of it will be same. Let's apply the mirror modifier for the room. I will apply it. Then we have shells. Let's rename it to shells. Everything is good, I think. Yeah, let's apply the subdivision as well. Make sure you do not save. Just apply them for export purposes. Okay, and make sure the ceiling has some thickness. So we will apply a solidify modifier 0.02. Apply it. Otherwise, this will be invisible in some camera angles. Do the same for floor. Add a solidify modifier. Give it a thickness in positive. Let's say 0.02. Even thickness and apply. Okay. Now once you are all set, select everything by pressing A, File, Export, FBX, and I'll go for this merchant shop iteration 3. I did a lot of experiments, so that's why I have these many FBX. You can name it whatever you want. Go for copy. Make sure this one is checked to export the textures. Then we go for selected objects only. We select mesh only because we have only mesh. No armatures, no camera, etc. Nothing. And for the geometry, go for face smoothing. In the armature, make sure the leaf bone is set to false and animation is set to false as well because we don't have these things. Then export. Okay, so this is what we did last time. I will remove this entire setup by going in the level prototyping, meshes, and the merchant shop. Let's select everything, delete it. And here we will click on merchant shop iteration 3. Okay, there was an error related to window, I think. Just ignore it for now. Go for static mesh. Just type stat and you will get all the static meshes. And delete this control hole baseboard because we don't need it. So I'll delete it. And now it's time we place it. However, my son is in that direction. So I will first reduce this plank size to 50 by 50. I'll go for 25 of scale. Okay, and I'll place my shop here. So select everything and then drag it here. Press E to rotate it in this direction, 180 degrees. The reason I did this because I want to introduce lightings and the sun will create an obstacle in that. So for now, we will go with this and now we will arrange these meshes here. So let's first pick up this one and let's add a light. So right click, search for light, point light, and bring it almost here. You can press Ctrl D to duplicate and then add it here. Good, now you have enough light to arrange the pieces. In the next episode, we will introduce few things related to lighting, but I want to leave this episode with this shop and these items. Arrange them as per your understanding, as per your interest, theme. Play around, build some memory, muscle memory, and have your own ideas. Place them according to your imagination. That's the whole idea of leaving this episode with these items so that you can arrange them and play with them do some level design on your own. And then in the next episode, I will take a proper walkthrough on the lighting part. So I'll just show you the arrangement I made. So let me put it here. Select this, Control D to duplicate. Okay. Then we go for our crates. Okay, now we just position the lighting. This is not the best way. I'm just allowing you to play with it. Just get hands on with the Unreal Engine's elements and their parameters. Just try to tweak them, play with them so that you can develop some muscle memory, so that when I talk about these things, tweak certain parameters, you don't feel like you are doing something completely strange. Okay. So for now, I will just keep the light here and I'll increase its brightness. Okay. So I would like to end this episode here. Play with the lighting, play with this shop, play with the mesh that you have got in the zip file. Create as many shops as you can. A small fair where people are selling their goods. Arrange these items, or maybe just work out 2 or 3 variations of this shop. Play with the lighting parameters, play with these meshes, scale them, position them, rotate them, develop some muscle memory with this viewport, get familiar with these small little parameters that you see in each element. And in the next episode, we will introduce this lighting, glass materials, and if time allows, I will also give you a glimpse of terrain as well. We will begin them one by one, of course. It's not gonna be done in a very short amount of time, but that's the idea. We will play with the lighting, we will play with the terrains, we will arrange these pieces, we will arrange weapons, and we will add some more stuff here. But for now, this is it. Do let me know in comments if you have any thoughts, suggestions, and if you are struggling at any point, the Discord is always open. Textures link are available in description. All these assets are present in zip file available on Discord. You can download it from there. So like the video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.